High community is currently losing their marbles over the release date of the Royale High update. And to be honest, I completely get that. It has been a couple of months since we've gotten an actual update, and it is almost July. If I am being correct, the last update that we would have gotten was back in April, and that update was actually a mini update. Now knowing this, I think it's completely understandable why the entire Royale High community is currently losing it over this. It has been a while since we've gotten one, and I think that's completely understandable. Recently, we would have lost a very beloved developer, and plus, I think that based off of a lot of the things that the devs have been talking about on Twitter, I do think that this might be quite the sizable Royale High Title Glow update. If I'm being dramatic, I think it might be one of the biggest Title Glow updates that we'll ever get. So with that being said, I kind of just wanted to talk about my experience just sifting through the Royale High Twitter community and just like watching them, because it's kind of funny. Every single time I think that the Royale High Valks say something, they don't actually say something. It's actually the community like collectively coming together and like reposting old posts on Twitter. Like, I'll show you an example. This is like a post that the Royale High Valks would have tweeted, and somebody that I'm followed to just randomly decided to repost it. People are reposting the old tweets to basically like say, oh my gosh, look, the Royale High Valk said this, but then you actually need to check the date to see when it's going to happen. That's not the only thing that I've realized, right? I've realized that a lot of people have been checking the status of the Royale High developers and seeing like if they're in studio and stuff like that, but I do need to get onto that like a point later on in the video. I'll return to this. But another thing that I've also seen as well is some of the Royale High community just straight up lying, bro, saying that OMG, the update is out, and like posting a concept instead of an actual screenshot of the update, like just duping us for no reason. And I just realized that all of this just continues to happen the more the community just continues to lose their minds, and I just find it very, very funny. I find it very hilarious. Now, I did say that I did want to revisit the Royale High players constantly checking the status of the developers to see if they're in studio or not. In my personal opinion, I would have made an entire video on this in the past. I don't exactly know where it is, but I do know that I did make a video on this, and I will be the first to say that I don't actually stand by this opinion anymore when I say that the Royale High community is stalking the developers. It's just the fact that the Royale High community has been doing this for such a long period of time. Like, I remember that the Royale High community, or like somebody from the Royale High community, Twitter specifically, said that they've been doing this from ever since 2018, and that may mean something, but a lot of people are kind of like generalizing the word stalking, and the fact is stalking is a very, very dangerous thing that can lead to a lot of life-threatening situations. So I think like comparing like a bunch of excited fans of a game just looking at the status of a Roblox developer to see if they're online and comparing that to like actual stalking is, I think that's a little bit weird. Though at the same time, I do understand in the same spectrum that obsessively checking somebody's profile to see if they are in the Roblox studio is obsessive and is weird. I do understand that. Like, there's this one specific Twitter user in the Royale High community that like every single day they always take screenshots of like the Royale High developers inside of the studio, and the thing is they always are. But I think, I don't know, like constantly going back and like, you know, taking screenshots and saying, oh, look, they're in studios. Like, we do know that. But at the end of the day, the generalization of the word stalking when it comes to just, you know, like checking somebody's profile to see if they're online, like it's similar like checking to see if a certain Twitch streamer that you like is like streaming. Would you consider that stalking if you just really like them? Like, no, you're just checking to see if that certain like Twitch streamer is streaming. Like, that is not considered as stalking. You could even Google search the definition of stalking, and here I see the definition of stalking is the pattern of repeated unwanted attention, surveillance, or contact that causes a reasonable person to be frightened, intimidated, or severely stressed. If the Royale High developers were stressed out that an entire community made up of over thousands of people that play the game every single day were stressed or they felt intimidated by us, don't you think that they would have found a way to go inside of the Roblox settings and to turn off their viewability? You could take Neapolitane for example. Neapolitane, to my knowledge, is almost always in studio every time I have checked, and every time somebody has mentioned it, she has never mentioned ever being stressed or intimidated or anything like that to the Royale High community. In fact, she outwardly admits that yeah, she does have work to do. Yeah, I am in Roblox Studio. So I think the community kind of like generalizing that, oh, we're stalking the developers. I think they're kind of forgetting the actual meaning of stalking and how dangerous stalking actually is. And stalking is considered a crime. I actually just Google searched this and it says stalking is recognized as a criminal offense in many jurisdictions worldwide, including the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. It involves a repeated pattern of unwanted and harassing behavior that causes a reasonable person to feel fear, distress, or alarm. I know this video kind of turned into like, oh, is the Royale High community stalking the developers? But I kind of just wanted to bring it up kind of just to say that, hey, I think that the Royale High community is kind of generalizing the word stalking and actually like undermining what it actually means and how dangerous stalking can actually be. So let's just tie things back all into this video, right? Do I think that the Royale High community is kind of losing their minds? Yes, I do. And it's very funny to look at the same time. However, you know, saying that people are stalking the developers when they're simply excited and craving an update, I don't think that that's the best thing to say. And yeah, I just think that the community is just really excited for the next Royale High update, and you shouldn't bash people for wanting to be excited for that. And based off of everything that I've said, I think that that is completely valid to think that it is weird for people, you know, constantly checking to see if the developers are online. However, the word stalking and everything that comes behind it, like the actual meaning of the word stalking, this just comes as you're generalizing the word, because what people are doing compared to what the actual word means is it just doesn't mean that, you know? So at the end of the day, I really just want the Royale High update to come out whenever it does come out. I do actually think that it might come in July instead of June. People are banking for June the 25th because of the whole 625 thing that Neapolitane would have said. And yeah, I think I was just yapping this entire video. So other than that, yeah, that is basically all I needed to say in today's video. I just wanted to yap in today's video, talk about what I think about the Royale High community and about what certain things have been going on. And yeah, that is all I needed to say in today's video. If you guys have anything to add, please put it down in the comments. And yeah, that is all I have to say in today's video. If you guys like the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and see ya.